All right, hi guys. I'm going to walk you through how to graph a difference equation in this video. So we are going to graph a difference equation using Google Spreadsheets, I think it's what it's called. If you have Excel, you can use Excel. That's what I usually use, honestly, but I know Google Sheets is kind of accessible to everybody, so we're going to do it that way. So let me pull up my screen share. All right. So let's say that we want to graph this difference equation. So it's x sub n plus 1 equals 0.9xn plus 30 with x0 equals 200. All right, I just made this up. It doesn't really kind of matter. This is just an example, so it doesn't really matter what the variables represent. So we're going to go here into the Google Spreadsheets. All right, and what we want to do is make two columns. So in column A, I'm going to write n. And in column B, I'll write x sub n. All right, so now let's say that we want to graph this for the n values of 0 through 20. So underneath the n, I'll just go ahead and start writing out the numbers. And of course, I don't want to go all the way to 20, so I'm going to highlight all of these and then drag the corner here, and I'll make it go all the way to 20. There we go. All right, so we get the n values that we want. And then for the x sub n, so this first, I guess it's row 2 now, when n is equal to 0, the corresponding x sub n would be x0. And in this case, we said we wanted x0 to be 200. So I'll go ahead and type 200 there. All right, now right below it, we're going to do like the equation part of the difference equation, if you will. So we're going to type equals, all right, and then our difference equation, this part right here, is 0.9 times the term before it, and then plus 30. So how we type that is, so equals 0.9, and then I'll just use the asterisk on the keyboard for multiply, and then click on the cell where you have the x0 written. So it's 0.9 times the cell before it, and then it's plus 30 is kind of our constant term, and then I'll hit enter. Okay, so you can see it kind of automatically calculated the x sub 1 that way. And then to do the same thing for kind of all the cells below it, again, we grab the corner and drag it down, and that gives you your x sub n values all the way up to x sub 20. All right, so that's just an easy way to calculate the values. And now if we want to do a graph, we highlight all of this with the n and the x sub n all the way up to 20. Now we're going to go up here to the menu, kind of where it says insert, and then we want to hit chart. And it might take a minute, but it'll pop up right there. All right, so this is actually, I'm not happy that it does this as the default, because what we want, come over here to where it says chart type, we don't want those dots to be connected. We actually want them to just be points. Difference equations are representing, in math, we call it discrete. So it's basically just telling you kind of the level at one point during the day. It doesn't tell you, or the year, whatever, what kind of continuously what's happening throughout the day or throughout the year. So we just want it to be dots. All right, and then if you want, you can play with some of the other settings over here. So for instance, if we customize it, we can do titles on the horizontal and vertical axis. So if I knew that n was representing days, I could type that here. You could also change the vertical axis title to maybe be fish population or something like that. Of course, I'm making this up. And there's a lot of other customization settings there as well. All right, so I hope that helps in terms of graphing a difference equation. Again, you could do the same thing on Excel, or if you have, I think the Apple version of it is Numbers, they should have a very similar kind of way to graph that.